My name's Andy, and as well as being a health and safety consultant and going out and assisting people to meet their health and safety compliance, I've taken the health part of it and I really kind of concentrate on the mental health space, mental health and well-being being particular passions of mine, particularly men's mental health. And it's a big issue within the construction industry right now and set to get bigger. As a health and safety consultant, sometimes I feel like I'm a bit of a fraud when I'm training people and I say the biggest killer in construction is falling from height. Well, the last set of statistics suggests that only 20 people last year died as a direct result of falling from height. And that's over a 12-month period across the whole of the industry. Every single working day in the UK and Ireland alone, we lose 2 builders to suicide, which is an absolutely shocking statistic. There could all kinds of reasons why suicide is so prevalent within the industry, and we could go into them all, but I think one of the main ones is stigma, and men just don't talk. So a few years ago I sadly lost a friend to suicide. I've had my own mental health issues in the past, but they were my issues and I never shared them. So I wanted to share it with a wider kind of network, and I started talking at every opportunity. And then I started a men's mental health peer support group called ManGang, which operates in the Hampshire area. We support men from all backgrounds, all ages, all shapes and sizes, and we just put on things that enable them to talk. So in a few years we've grown from a single meeting taking place in Romsey, in my missus' cafe, that's Cafe Fresh in Romsey. And we've now got 6 venues around the country. We've got one in Leicester, one in Manchester, and a few around Hampshire. And we're looking to expand further. We're also part of the Lighthouse Club charity, which is the construction industry charity, and they do amazing work looking after and supporting our industry and hopefully driving down those suicide figures, because they are way too high. Any industry where there's pressure to perform, where there's pressure to meet deadlines, any industry can have the same pressures that the construction industry have. So yeah, it's not something that is unique just to the construction industry. We hear about suicides all the time, and it's not the guys on the ground, it's not the guys in management. When you ask somebody who's most liable or most likely to kill themselves on a construction site, the answer normally comes back as site management or project managers. But it's not. It's the building finishing trades. It's the boots on the ground. They're the guys that are picking up the slack in the programme, you know. I think the biggest thing is the stigma of talking about it. You'd be surprised that everybody's got something that's woken them up at 4 o'clock in the morning and they can't talk about it. Whether it's a family issue, whether it's a financial issue, whether it's physical well-being, we've all got something that we can't talk about. And it's that stigma comes into it. We're scared to be judged for talking about our problems, our issues, our concerns. And when we get into work, especially in male-dominated industries like the military and like construction, you definitely don't want to be telling your mates that you had a row with your missus about the crunchy nut cornflakes in the morning, because the banter's going to start. And it might just make you feel worse. So they can look up the Lighthouse Club charity on the internet. We've got several ways of getting in touch with the charity there. The ManGang features on the app, which is the construction industry helpline app, and we're what's called a beacon of hope. And we're part of a network of over 140 similar groups around the country. So with the industry, the way it is very transient in nature. Wherever you go, wherever you end up, going for a week, a month, a day, whatever, there's always somewhere you can go, somewhere you can talk, and more importantly, be listened to. So there's no registration for the ManGang. We don't ask for registration, and if a man turns up, we're 100% confidential. So if a man turns up and he wants to tell us his name's Donald Duck and he lives on the moon, then welcome Donald. Bring us back some cheese next time you're home. So 100% confidential. There's no registration or anything like that. But when I'm out doing my health and safety work, I'm dealing with the guys. I'm meeting with the guys with the boots on the ground, and I'm chatting to them. And with my experience and the training that I've had in mental health first aid, for example, I've got very good at spotting when somebody's hiding something. So I just start the conversation with them. I start the conversation, and the minute they start talking, I shut up and I just listen, because that's essentially what we're doing. And once the guys have started talking, once they've started opening up, then 9 times out of 10 they feel a little bit better. I think most people, you'd have to be driving around with your eyes closed to not see our van, the higher vis van. We're incredibly lucky to be sponsored by Ford Motor Company, and the Lighthouse Club charity to make it visible. We're on a mission to show everybody in construction that there is help inside the hard hat, and all you've got to do is ask. Loads of ways to get in touch with us. You can dial our free phone app, 24/7 helpline app, which is 0345 605 1956. You can text the word hard hat to 85258 and somebody will get in touch with you literally within moments. You can have a text conversation there, or you can download the Construction Industry Helpline app, which it's a brilliant bit of kit. There's plenty of information on there. It asks you every day around about 10 o'clock when we're all going for tea break, sends you a simple question: how are you? And if you're feeling very good, you hit very good and get on with your day. If you're feeling anything less than that, it starts offering hints, tips and advice and contact numbers to get in touch. It makes it really easy. You don't actually have to talk to somebody if you don't want to.